Hey, so let's go on with the book, The Power of Awareness from Neville. And the other two videos I already posted of the book are of chapter one. And now I will probably do two and three or only two. Let's see. I don't want to make the video too long. So these series, for the ones who don't know, these series are meant to help and assist in staying in the wish fulfilled, because actually that is what Neville teaches constantly, to step into a state and to stay there. So being in the wish fulfilled is actually being in a certain state, in the state of the person you would like to be: a successful businessman, businesswoman, a model, happily married, a mother, a father. Yeah, all of that. These are all states. And when you're living in the wish fulfilled, you live in that state. So, chapter 2 of the power of awareness: consciousness. It is only by a change of consciousness, by actually changing your concept of yourself, that you can build more stately mansions, the manifestations of higher and higher concepts. By manifesting is meant experiencing the results of these concepts in your world. I will repeat that. By manifesting is meant experiencing the results of these concepts in your world, which is different than manifesting as the law of attraction talks about. Neville teaches about everything is already inside of ourselves. The only thing we have to do is select it, be in the wish fulfilled, be in that state, and you will see it in your outside world. Oh, so that's a difference, yeah? It is of vital importance to understand clearly what consciousness is. The reason lies in the fact that consciousness is the one and only reality. It is the first and only cause substance of the phenomena of life. Nothing has existence for man save through the consciousness he has of it. Nothing has existence for man save through the consciousness he has of it. Therefore, it is to consciousness you must turn, for it is the only foundation on which the phenomena of life can be explained. If we accept the idea of a first cause, it would follow that the evolution of that cause could never result in anything foreign to itself. That is, if the first cause substance is light, all its evolutions, all its fruits and manifestations would remain light, the first cause substance being consciousness. All its evolutions, fruits, and phenomena must remain consciousness. All that could be observed would be a higher or lower form or variation of the same thing. In other words, if your consciousness is the only reality, it must also be the only substance. Consequently, what appears to you as circumstances or conditions and even material objects are really only the products of your own consciousness. Nature, then, as a thing or a complex of things external to your mind, must be rejected. You and your environment cannot be regarded as existing separately. You and your world, you and your world are one. So everything that's in your consciousness, you created. That's what Neville says with this and with everything else he teaches. Therefore, you must turn from the objective appearance of things to the subjective center of things, your consciousness. If you truly desire to know the cause of the phenomena of life and how to use this knowledge to realize your wildest dreams. He actually says fondest dreams, but I'm not sure if everyone understands fond. In the midst of the apparent contradictions, antagonisms, and contrasts of your life, there's only one principle at work. Only your consciousness is operating. Difference does not consist in variety of substance, but in variety of arrangement of the same cause substance, your consciousness. I will repeat that last sentence. Difference does not consist in variety of substance, but in variety of arrangement of the same cause substance, which is your consciousness. Neville also talks about rearranging the structure of your mind. And he says there's like all minds are one. Napoleon had the same mind as Salvador Dali had, as you have, as I have, as Mother Teresa has. The only difference is the arrangement of the structure, how they see themselves, how they see the world, how they view things. That is the only difference. We are all the same. We have the same mind. So it means that what you're conscious of being, Mother Teresa was conscious of being a very loving, helping woman. Salvador Dali was conscious of being a very successful artist. And so it is with all of us. It's one consciousness, and the rearrangement or what we perceive to be, what we're conscious of being, that's what we are. Okay, the last part. The world moves with motiveless necessity. By this is meant that it has no motive of its own. So nothing that is happening is good or bad or it's being done to you. No, it's you that is doing it. But is under necessity of manifesting your concept, the arrangement of your mind, and your mind is always arranged in the image of all you believe and consent to as true. The rich man, the poor man, the beggar man or thief are not different minds, but different arrangements of the same mind, is what I just talked about with Mother Teresa and Dali and us. But different arrangements of the same mind, in the same sense that a piece of steel, when magnetized, differs not in substance from its demagnetized state, but in the arrangement and order of its molecules. A single electron revolving in a specified orbit constitutes the unit of magnetism. When a piece of steel or anything else is demagnetized, the revolving electrons have not stopped. Therefore, the magnetism has not gone out of existence. There's only a rearrangement of the particles so that they produce no outside or perceptible effect. When particles are arranged at random, mixed up in all directions, the substance is said to be demagnetized. But when particles are marshaled in ranks so that a number of them face in one direction, the substance is a magnet. Magnetism is not generated, it is displayed. So actually what he says in this last part is everything already is. It's just a rearrangement of the order of the particles that changes it. Same with us. We have everything already inside of us. We have the sad person, we have the happy person, we have the wondrous person, we have the I don't really think that is very interesting. We have the skeptic person. Everything is inside of us. It's like, what do you choose? What book do you pick off the shelf? Okay. Health, wealth, beauty, and genius are not created. They are only manifested by the arrangement of your mind. That is, by your concept of yourself. And your concept of yourself is all that you accept and consent to as true. What you consent to can only be discovered by an uncritical observation of your reactions to life. Your reactions reveal where you live psychologically. And where you live psychologically determines how you live here in the outer visible world. The importance of this in your daily life should be immediately apparent. And this is a really important part. I say I use people and I use the environment to reflect back to me, okay, what am I believing in this moment? How am I being? So for instance, let's say I want to be a healthy person and I am constantly having colds. What says that about me? My consciousness tells me, or that fact tells me that my consciousness is being a person that constantly has colds. So I change the concept of self, and first I start to believe and persist that I'm always healthy, and then it shows. It's not like one time thinking and it happens. Maybe when you're advanced in this, but not in the beginning. So if I am in the person who is, or in the arrangement, in the consciousness of someone who's extremely lucky and everything always works out for me, then I should see that in my day-to-day life, and I should see that in how things work out for me. And if things don't work out for me, I know that this is a sign that I'm not in the right state of mind, that I'm not in the right consciousness. So I hope you get this concept, because it's really, really, really important, and it's amazing because you can just choose. And you know, when you change your concept of self, it's not that you all of a sudden within 2 days are a completely different person. No, you have to persist. You have to constantly choose to be this rearranged mind, to be in this new consciousness. And at one point, it's normal. It's normal for you, but you have to put in time. And the last video I made, I was talking about Ho'oponopono. Maybe you need to do some Ho'oponopono sessions, like a couple of strong ones that you constantly, for a couple of hours, sit and do thank you, thank you, thank you, and do the clearing. Maybe that's what is needed for you to make it easier. The thing is persistence and practice. And what is the fun in if everything is just obtained? There's no fun there, right? So it's also nice to do some work, so you can really at the end of the day say, oh my goodness, I created this, and you can go on and create even more amazing things. Okay, the last part. Where was I? Yeah, I'll repeat the last part because it's so amazing. Your reactions reveal where you live physiologically. And where you live physiologically determines how you live here in the outer world. The importance of this in your daily life should be immediately apparent. The basic nature of the primal cause is consciousness. Therefore, the ultimate substance of all things is consciousness. So actually he says, it starts with consciousness, it ends with consciousness, and everything in between might look different, but it's still consciousness. So let's keep it at this chapter. Chapter 3 will be a new video. I hope you liked it. Ooh, it's long. I'm going to say goodbye, and I wish you a wonderful evening. Mwah.